War has always been shaped by technology. From the sharp edge of a sword to the roar of cannons, from tanks crushing the trenches to nuclear weapons that could end humanity, every era of warfare has been defined by the tools men created to destroy each other. And now, as we step into a new age, one silent force threatens to reshape the very idea of war itself: artificial intelligence. Imagine a battlefield where soldiers are no longer the first line of attack, where drones can think, decide, and strike without waiting for human orders, where tanks move like predators on their own, where surveillance cameras powered by AI can track every movement of an enemy with precision that no human could match. This is not a distant dream of science fiction. This is the reality of military planning today. Nations across the globe are racing to weaponize artificial intelligence. The United States, China, Russia, Israel, and many others are pouring billions into developing AI-driven war systems. The reason is simple: speed. In war, the side that makes the fastest decisions usually wins. And nothing can calculate faster than a machine. A human general may take minutes to analyze intelligence data. An AI system can process satellite feeds, radar scans, intercepted communications, and battlefield positions in seconds and suggest the most effective strike. But what does this mean for soldiers? For one, drones are no longer just remote-controlled machines. They are becoming autonomous. AI-powered drones can swarm like bees, overwhelming defenses, deciding targets in real time, and striking faster than a human operator could react. These swarms are already being tested. Imagine thousands of flying machines flooding a city, disabling power grids, taking out tanks, and targeting command posts, all without a single pilot in the sky. And it's not just in the air. On land, AI tanks and robotic soldiers are being developed to fight in dangerous areas, where human lives would once be lost. In the sea, autonomous submarines can patrol silently, making decisions about threats and targets without waiting for human approval. On the digital front, cyber warfare powered by AI can cripple enemy infrastructure, hack communication systems, and spread misinformation at terrifying speed. But with this new power comes fear. One of the greatest dangers of AI in war is the loss of human control. What happens when a machine makes a mistake? A wrong calculation could trigger a massive escalation. Unlike humans, AI has no conscience, no hesitation, no moral compass. If programmed to eliminate threats, it may not distinguish between a soldier and a civilian. Critics warn of a future where machines decide who lives and who dies without human intervention. This is why the United Nations and human rights groups are calling for limits on what they call killer robots. Campaigns are demanding international treaties to ban fully autonomous weapons before they are deployed. Yet progress is slow, because the military advantage is simply too tempting for world powers to ignore. If one nation develops this technology, others feel they must follow, or risk being left defenseless. Supporters argue that AI could save lives at least on one side of the conflict. They say autonomous systems could replace human soldiers, reducing casualties in battle. AI could also make war more precise, minimizing collateral damage. For instance, an AI-guided missile might strike only the exact window of a building where enemies hide, rather than leveling the entire block. But history tells us every new weapon, no matter how advanced, eventually spreads. Once AI-driven weapons are perfected, they will not remain only in the hands of superpowers. They could be copied, hacked, or stolen by smaller nations, rebel groups, or even terrorists. The thought of terrorist organizations with swarms of autonomous drones is enough to send chills down the spine of military strategists. The future battlefield may not even need soldiers. Wars could be fought by machines, commanded by algorithms, with humans watching from a distance. But this raises a chilling question. If no human lives are immediately at risk, would world leaders become more willing to start wars? Will the barrier of human sacrifice, once the only thing slowing nations down, vanish when machines fight instead of men? Some experts believe we are already in the early stages of an AI arms race. China has pledged to become the world leader in AI by 2030, with military applications being a top priority. The United States has formed task forces to integrate AI into all branches of its military. Russia's President Vladimir Putin once said, "Whoever becomes the leader in AI will become the ruler of the world." That statement alone shows how deeply AI is tied to power and dominance in the future. And yet, even the brightest minds in technology are warning against this path. Elon Musk, for instance, has repeatedly cautioned that AI is more dangerous than nuclear weapons if left unchecked. If nuclear bombs gave humanity the power to destroy cities, AI gives machines the power to decide who gets destroyed. The future of war may not be about strength, courage, or even numbers. It may come down to code lines of programming written in secrecy, tested in simulations, and unleashed on the battlefield. A silent war where humans never see their enemy, only the shadows of machines fighting on their behalf. So where does this leave us? The future of AI in war is both a promise and a threat. A promise of fewer human casualties, faster decisions, and surgical precision, but also a threat of machines that cannot feel mercy, cannot hesitate, cannot understand humanity. The real question is not whether AI will shape the wars of tomorrow, it already is. The question is whether humanity can control the weapon it has created, or whether the weapon will eventually control humanity. This is the dawn of a new age of warfare, the age of autonomous battlefields, the age where the most dangerous soldier may not carry a gun, but a line of code. And in that silence of machines, the future of war and perhaps the future of humanity hangs in the balance.